Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tony and I run Bloom Stitch Studios. As you'll have seen by the title of this video, we are going to be sorting out my WIPS. We're going to be deciding whether we are going to frog the WIPS or we're going to finish them. But disclaimer, I don't think we're going to be finishing any in this video because I have a lot of projects already on the go at the moment. But I would like to get the ones frogged that can be frogged because they're taking up space in my yarn room and I'd rather be able to just compact them and get them out of the way. I'm feeling very overwhelmed with my yarn stash at the moment and with the amount of WIPs that I've got, so I want to be able to narrow them down to ones that I'm actually most likely going to be able to finish. There's not like masses, but there's enough for me to be like, eek. We have this basket full and there are a couple big ones in here which is taking up most of the basket, but we also have another one in this bag. We also do have the Granny Square source book, but we don't need to frog anything from that because those squares are all getting done. And then another WIP that I have that I'm currently working on is the Star Crochet Along. I'm on week 3 part 2 as I'm calling it. I've done the strawberry panel and the watermelon panel and I'm just working on the raspberry panel, and then we can start working on the cherry panel. The Granny Square source book and Star Crochet Along are definitely ones that are not going to get frogged. Obviously they're going to get finished, but they are long-term projects, so definitely not going to finish those. I have also grabbed just some random skeins that are a bit floppy, and this one I don't even have a label for it. I know what it is but I don't have a label for it, just to wind up into a cake because they're like part used and floppy and in my way, in all honesty. And we also have this one which is for the crochet along and it had a yarn baby and I can't work with that, so we need to wind that into a nice cake. But let's start going through the WIPs and deciding which one is going to go into a finish pile and which one is going to go into a frog pile. So first up we have this one. This is, if you haven't already guessed, a orange market bag, which I think quite literally just needs the handles and then it's done. So I could quite easily get that finished, and then this one will be up for sale on my Instagram once it's done. So I need to get it finished because then a lovely person can have this in their bag collection. I was thinking about winding this into a cake, but in all honesty there's no point because I'm only doing the straps. I decided to make another one in this poppy ombre colour by Lily Sugar and Cream because everyone loves my orange market bag, so I thought, well, I'll make another one and someone else can have that and we can be matching with our orange market bags. But I love making market bags out of this Lily Sugar and Cream. I know a lot of people find this quite stiff, but once it's like loosened up a little bit, it's not as stiff, but it's lovely. It is a bit stretchy, but it's also got that stability that you know it's not come apart, and it's just a lovely yarn to work with for market bags and any kind of bag really. I do love Lily Sugar and Cream and I love their ombres that they do, especially for market bags. They are literally one of my favourites. So that is going in the finish pile. The next one that we have is another quite big one. My hexi cardi. You've probably seen this before in what are my current WIPs video, and all that I need to do to this is weave in the ends and steam it, and that is all that I need to do, and then this will be finished. I didn't do like a traditional cuff on these, I just did a few rows of single crochet, and then I also did decreases down the arms so that it tapers in a little bit, but I still want it to be quite a baggy fit. The yarn that I used for this was the Aldi yarn cakes is what I used, and this is from the September 2024 drop in this lovely blue-green colour, and I really like it. It worked out really quickly because obviously it's a chunky yarn, and it is my first hexi cardigan, so I just need to steam. It's quite rolly on the outside, but from where I added the single crochets, but I just need to steam it and weave in the ends and that is finished. So that really is not going to take very long, and then I will actually be able to wear this because it's just been sat in my WIP pile for I don't know how long, because I think sometimes I get scared to finish projects. I'm gonna admit it, I'm one of those crocheters. I love crocheting a project, but coming to finishing it and then being done with it, I get scared. But then on the other hand I get overwhelmed that it's just sat there not being done. It really is a bit of a dilemma. Yep, this one is going in the finish pile. The next WIP that I have is actually another one with Lily Sugar and Cream. It's actually tangled in with another WIP of mine. So I'm gonna try and sort this out. But this is also why I need to sort out this yarn, because this is ridiculous. Why is this all getting tangled? There is absolutely no need. Oh my god, see, I'm overwhelmed. This is too much. I don't even know how these got tangled. Okay, anyways, I can't untangle it, but I started making a checkered bucket hat, but it's very pointy and I don't like it, and I stopped working on it as soon as I realised that I have probably used the wrong size hook for this. I think I sized down to a 4 because I used size down to a 4 for my checkered bag. However, I don't think that was the right move, so I think I probably need to size up my hook or add some more increases in there somewhere, but it's very pointy. It's not flat like it's supposed to be. Carrying on, sorry, I just had a sneezing fit. Basically, I don't like it, and with this cream cone that I have, I would much rather make another checkered bag because I have green yarn to use with that, and I suddenly decided I'm going to make a bucket hat and I don't really like it. And summer, it's June now, so summer is only like 2 more months and I have other hats that I can wear, so I would really like to repurpose this into another checkered bag instead of a checkered bucket hat. So this is the first one that is going to be going in the frog pile, and I think I'm just going to wind this into a cake so that it's not as bulky, because why not? If we're frogging it anyway, I may as well just wind it into a cake. So yeah, we are going to put that in the frog pile. The next WIP that I have, which is also one that is not even attached to... Oh my god, this basket is a mess, guys. I'm literally tangled in every WIP. I don't understand. It is a shrug that I just got bored of making, in all honesty. I made this much. That's the head hole. So it goes over like this. But basically, I just don't like it. And I mean, it probably would actually work, but I just don't like it, and I don't want to finish it. And the holes are not as big as what I wanted them, and I also don't really like the neckline all that much. I feel like it's going to be suffocating me half the time, and it's supposed to just be some sleeves, but I don't really like it. It's not really what I imagined, and the holes aren't as big as what I wanted. I think I just used a 4mm because that's what the yarn recommended. It is the Hayfield Spirit Bonus DK. Oh no, it is Hayfield Spirit DK, which is a lovely yarn, don't get me wrong. The colours in this are beautiful, and it is shade 407. I don't know what that is in words because it doesn't have the name of it on here, but the colours didn't really work up how I wanted. I don't really like this strand of blue. I don't get why there's such a tiny bit of blue. Basically, I don't really like it. The holes are too small, and I think if I'm going to remake it, I'm going to make it with a bigger hook so that it's more drapey, and probably actually do a kind of mesh stitch. I'm not vibing with it, basically. So yeah, we are going to frog this into a nice cake and repurpose the yarn somehow. The next WIP that I have is also with Hayfield Spirit DK. It's my star blanket. And you eagle-eyed people will notice that this is my profile picture on all of my socials because it is one of my favourite WIPs that I just need to finish. This is the colour of Hayfield Spirit DK that I am using. It is colour 408 and I think it's beautiful. I think this is called Sundown. I'm like 90% sure. But this blanket is beautiful. Are we still attached? We are. I got halfway through a round. Not even halfway through. Oh yeah, I got halfway through a round and then stopped, and I haven't really touched it since. This was a project that I started purely as one that I could just work on when we go visit family, because it's a granny stitch star blanket, so I don't really have to think about what I'm doing. So that's why I started this project, and then it got so big that it was kind of awkward to take around people's houses, and then I didn't carry on working on it. So yeah, this is what we're working with. It is beautiful, and I also think I probably need to start sizing up my hook, because I know with the regular 6-day star blanket you need to size up your hook every so often to avoid it becoming too curly, but I don't know, maybe I might just stick with a 4mm. But I freaking love this and I would love to finish it one day. I think what we could do today is actually finish this round that I'm on. Actually, no, I can't. I was gonna say we could finish the round that I'm on and then cut it, and then I can wind this into a cake. But I need to do a whole nother round because I was doing 2 rows of each. So maybe we might do 1.5 of this, see how long it takes, and then we can also wind this one into a cake. I'm sure it won't take too long. I'm faster at crocheting than when I started this, so yeah, this one is going in the finished pile, and I would actually love to get this done by the end of this year. So we'll have to see if I'm actually able to do that. But I just think it's stunning. The colours are just perfect. And the granny stitch, you really can't go wrong with a granny stitch in my opinion. It's so versatile. I think people think you can only do granny squares out of a granny stitch, but you can make so many things and I love it. Even folded up, it is just beautiful. So this is going in the finished pile. The next WIP that I have in the basket is bandanas. This one is almost finished. It just needs a strap added to it, but I also think it's too small. Look at that. So I think if I was to finish this, I would need to take off the scallop and then add some more rows to this. Probably like 3 more rows maybe, and then add the scallop again, and then that will be finished. And then I have this one. I didn't even get to the scallop on this one, but this one would be nice and easy to just add a few more rows to, because I think I stopped that one when I came to the realization that I hadn't done enough rows for it to be the same size, because I was following a tutorial, I think it's by Passionate Kelsey, on the granny stitch bandana. When I first started making these, I didn't understand the different weights of yarn. I didn't understand that DK was different to worsted, because obviously I'm from the UK and a lot of the people that I watch and follow tutorials from are from the US, so their kind of like standard like acrylic yarn size is worsted, which for us in the UK I've learned is like Aran weight. That's kind of the closest thing that we've got to that. Whereas when you go to a lot of yarn shops in the UK, it's mainly DK weight. You obviously do get Aran weight in the shops as well, but like the main selection of like your variegated yarns and all of that is like in DK. And I didn't know that, so I just did the same amount of rows that she did, and obviously mine came out a lot smaller because DK is thinner than Aran. So I'm going to put these in the finished pile. I would like to get them finished, and they just need more rows added to them to make them bigger, and then I'll probably have to give them a steam. They are quite flowy already in all fairness, but yeah, this one is going in the finished pile, and hopefully that won't actually take too long. Comment down below if you would like to see a video of me actually finishing these WIPs. I think that would be quite fun, and we could do like a pick out of the jar to see what one we finish first. I actually think that would be quite a good idea, because I'm just going to pick the ones that I want to work on, whereas I know there's others that I like actually need to work on but I don't really want to. So comment down below if that is a video that you want to see in the future. But this for now is going in the finished pile. The next WIP that I have, because yes guys, there's more. These shorts, I started these in the summer of last year. This is as far as I got, because I think I was doing single crochet back loop only, American terms, for the ribbing, and if we're basing it off this, I've done half of it. I think it took me 2 hours to do half of this. So sorry, I got distracted by the postman. I knew that he was going to come while I started filming this video. Honestly, every single time. But anyways, this probably took me about 4 hours to do, because if you know anything about back loop only, it takes forever. I would really love to make a pair of crochet short. Don't know if I said that, that's what I was doing, but this is what this is going to be. This is just a ribbing for the top, but it's taking so long, it's boring me, and quite frankly I don't want to work on this. It's not something that I actively pick up anymore, and I think I would just rather use the yarn for something else. So this, we're going to frog this. All my hard work is going to be frogged, and we're going to repurpose the yarn elsewhere in the future, which is fine. Yarn everywhere. The final WIP that I have, I already know it's going to be a finish. I can already tell you guys that, but I just want to show you guys. But it's a tapestry, and I'm keeping all the yarn in the bag because there is a lot of strings attached to this. It's a frog tapestry. How freaking cute. I will insert a photo here of what the finished tapestry is going to be looking like. But this is what I managed to do on a crochet date, which I'm quite impressed with myself. And I have just had to cut loads of little greens and whatnot, and the bag is honestly quite messy, but with all these little splodges of green, it was never going to be the neatest tapestry anyway. I am obsessed with this, and this is going to be a tapestry that goes in my hallway. I've got like the perfect spot for it, and I can't wait. It's going to be 3 frogs on top of each other, and I'm so excited. But this is a finish. This is staying in the bag with all of the yarns that I am using with it, and if anyone is interested, I am using Drops Paris for the tapestries. It's one of my favorite yarns to use for tapestries. I just think it comes out really well. I see a lot of people use acrylic, and maybe I might try that one day, but you need kind of like a Aran weight yarn, I would say, to make a decent tapestry, so maybe we can try that out one day. Yeah, those are my current WIPs in the finish and frog piles now. I would say we're probably frogging half of them and finishing half of them, which is actually quite nice. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to do a couple more rows on this blanket so that we can cut off the yarn, and then we are going to spend some time winding up all of these skeins, because I think we've got a lot that needs winding, and I'd rather do it all in one session. So yeah, we are going to do some more rows on this and then get winding some yarn. Okay, so I finished the 2 rows on the blanket, and I think it took me just over an hour, which I can see why I stopped working on this, because if it takes like an hour to work on 2 rows, I'm not going to want to work on it for very long at a time. But I feel like if I do the odd rows here and there, this will gradually grow. But it looks incredible. I am really pleased with it so far. I love the colours, they're so much fun. So now we have a floppy skein that is going to go in the pile of ones to wind up, and now we're going to wind and frog all this yarn and these projects that need frogging. So let's go.
To construct.
Why is it always me? Why? I actually hate winding yarn. It's one of my least favourite things to do. I don't know, I think I always just pick the worst thing to wind first thing. But I kid you not, that skein that I showed you that I was just unwinding is just full of knots. It's all tangled. I have been at this for like a good 40 minutes just trying to do this one, and this is why I get my friend to do it all, because I quite literally don't know I don't know what to do, because no matter what I do, it's can you see? This is a nightmare, and this is why I don't wind up my yarn. This is why my friend does it for me. Actually does my nutting, and now all this bit's getting knotted again too. It annoys me to the high heavens, and I genuinely don't know how people wind up their yarn. I haven't even unravelled this yet because I was planning to just let it frog when I was winding it, but I didn't even get that far. I got maybe half the skein done, and then we had issues. Genuinely, this fuels me with anger, and we've still got so much to do. This was supposed to just be a fun little couple hour task. It's going to be a couple hours for just one skein. Okay, so I've decided that the cake I've managed to get on here is going to be it for that one. We've got the band in here, so this is what I managed to get before it got knotted. I'm going to create mini skeins because this thing is just doing my nutting. So I'm going to unravel this, hope and pray it doesn't get knotted, and then we will deal with the knots afterwards. And I might even take a break and do some skeins or some things that hopefully won't knot as bad, because my god, this is why I don't do it. This is why I leave everything as is. I just want to try and be more organised, but the organisation doesn't love me. So annoying. But yeah, let's frog this and continue. Okay, so it's now the next day. I had to just take a break from it all yesterday because I'm not gonna lie, winding that yarn was doing my nut in. I just wanted to quickly say, for anyone who is wondering, you can get these yarn winders on Amazon, you can get them on TikTok. I pretty sure I have one linked in my Amazon storefront, so I'll link that down below so you guys can go get one yourselves. But I will say from now on, I will be getting my friend to do this for me because I can't do it anymore. And also you might have seen that I had this yarn spinner in the background. I was planning to put the skeins on it and let it do its thing, but I ended up just holding the yarn myself. But this is from Spring Fantasy on Instagram. She kindly sent me this and gifted it to me. I also got one that you put on your wrist so you can like crochet while you're walking, which is exciting. These are available, I think, on her website. I will link it down below so that you guys can get one yourself. She has star shape, she has heart shape, and I'm pretty sure she's also now got a cassette tape type thing, like a record CD player type one as well. But yeah, you just pop your yarn and it spins. Let me show you with this skein. I didn't end up winding this one, so you just pop your yarn on it and then, but yeah, I will link that down below too so that you guys can go and check it out because it does actually come in handy quite a lot of the time, and I'm going to start using it when I use this pink so I can just wind from the outside of the cake. But yeah, I thought I would just let you guys know that before I end the video in case you guys are curious. But we now have our basket of WIPS to finish, and then we have all of our yarn cakes that we made. I'm feeling much better about my current WIPS that I've got. I feel like it's a lot more manageable now and I can definitely get these finished over the next couple of months. This yarn cake I think is my favourite one. Just look at how pretty that is, and the label fits around it perfectly too. It's a satisfying cake. I love it. Let me know down in the comments below how many WIPs you've got going on at the moment and whether you need to have a little frog or finish sort out. If you did like this video, make sure to give it a like, and there will definitely be more finishing WIP project videos coming up in the future, as we definitely need to get some of these done and finished, and I can guarantee I'm going to be starting some more projects soon. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We hit 1k followers and I can't believe it. Thank you guys so much. The goal is now to hit 2k, so subscribe. Make sure you turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss when I post, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!